What is processed food? There may be a number of different ways people try to define or explain what is processed food. I will try to explain this in a very simple and layman terms. The food for humans is nearly always in the form of a potential food or the so called raw food. We humans change the raw food in a manner so that we can eat that raw food. The change which we bring to the raw food may be as simple as washing it or rinsing it in water, soaking it in water or other materials, cooling it, cutting it to suitable size, peeling it, heating it, pasteurizing it, cooking it, frying it, seasoning it, boiling it, kneading it. So, all these types of changes we make to our raw food are called as processing the food so as to make it fit to be eaten and to become our actual food. But processing of food can be done with two intents. First, to process food for one's own personal use along with our family and friends. And secondly, processing of food can be done with the intent of doing business. The processing of the potential food from its fresh, raw state for personal use are usually minimal necessary actions and is usually safe, and such food can be said to be minimally processed or many a times unconsciously even considered as not processed food. But to me, most of the health problems start to arise when food is processed not for personal use but for business use. In such processing, some may have considerations like increasing the shelf life of food, making food extraordinarily tasty and better than the competitor, making food branded, not necessarily healthy, making food flavorfully enhanced and colorful, not necessarily natural, creating branded drinks and food that are actually not nature driven but business and profit driven. With such a business intent, the food is processed in an intensified and over heroic manner, with the intensity and over heroism increasing exponentially as the business outlet changes from a small bakery or shop to the bigger, and biggest business brands and outlets. The food processing at the end then becomes so much intense that food, instead of being called as highly processed food, can then be called as ultra processed food. The highly processed and ultra processed foods then are found to be added with all kinds of preservatives, added colors, added flavors, added saturated fats, added trans fats, added artificial sweeteners, added texture improvers or managers, added emulsifiers, added calories, added polymers, added natural or artificial fragrances, added essences, added taste enhancers, and enveloped with natural or artificial packaging, with the packaging itself containing added substances used in keeping the packaging functional and stop it from getting leaked or corroded, which in turn may have added effects on food, and any other added unholy combinations of different natural and artificial food ingredients. For each of these added ingredients, the actual response and handling capacity of the human body may necessarily not be known. So, in the light of what has previously been said, I classify the processed food according to its attributes in two broad categories. One in which the raw food has been processed for personal use, while the second category is where the food have been processed for business. Therefore, my friends, at least try to be aware if you are processing raw food for your personal use or you are cooking or eating food already processed for business. Hey guys, so could you comment for me which is more caring? I bought you a cake or I made you a cake?